Hey, it's Captain Roger. Let's go for a walk. It's day 28. 4 weeks we've been doing this little stroll. It kind of enhanced my life this month. Hopefully you're getting something out of this. I gotta tell you, something that's been enhancing my personal walk with God has been looking at all these little stories in the Bible as we go through this day by day. And for me, that means all of the stories. Not just the big ones everyone knows, like creation or Samson or Solomon or Jesus. There's something about these little in-between tales that speaks to me. One example is this tiny inclusion that happens right after the Ten Commandments are given. God gives those instructions, and then he gives some instructions about how you build an altar. He says you can build it out of earth or out of stones. But if you make it from stones, it needs to be natural stones, ones that haven't been cut or carved or decorated in any way. Now, not only does that keep true to God's command that the people not make any graven images or idols, but it meant that when people moved on, the altars would actually recycle right back into their environment, which is kind of neat to think about, actually. I saw a news story this week about a Japanese company who's making satellites entirely out of wood so that they don't become permanent space junk. I mean, I read something like this and I think that is so cool because it fits in right with the way that God expected his people to move through this world. He expects us to use it in ways that doesn't diminish it and don't create permanence where there isn't intended to be any. Which is great, but that's not even my favorite part of this passage. This passage, it's only like 3 verses long. My favorite is the last line. God says, "And don't go up to my altar on steps, or your private parts may be exposed." See, I gotta tell you, that's why I walk with God. He's always looking out for his people. You know, in some cultures, the priests serve their gods in the nude. But the Lord not only says, hey, keep your pants on, he wants you to be careful about who might be looking up your robe. He's got your back. Now, is that crazy? No. That's caring. And when we know that God cares for us, that should encourage us all to walk with him, don't you think? I sure do. Speaking of which, I need to finish my walk. Grace and peace to you all today.